What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackers, and today, very simple concept. Fighter Pass 2 was officially announced last week during the Byleth Direct presentation thing, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so today the goal, the simple topic is let's do a quick little prediction for the 6 new and potentially final characters that we will get for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then, I'll kind of break each character down and how I view them potentially playing. So, yeah, let's get into the first one. Alright, up first, I'm going with Rillaboom from Pokemon. Now. You're saying, nah, they're not going to do Pokemon. But, hold on. If I remember, I'm going to throw up a screenshot on screen. I believe it was from Push Dustin on Twitter, where he translated something that Sakurai recently said, and he actually said it I think it was right after the presentation. He said something along the lines of, the characters have already been finalized, we knew that, but it might be a while before we get that first actual reveal for character number 6. And I started thinking, alright, if we're going to go logically here, when could the first character be revealed, or character number 6? And if they're saying it could be a while before they're revealed, well, look, we're towards the end of January here, so we would have February, March, April, May. There's 4 months that maybe we don't get nothing, right? Okay, if we don't get anything, what's in June? E3. Wouldn't that be a perfect time to reveal the 6th fighter and maybe even drop them the same day? And then I'm just saying, maybe do what they did last year, do a double reveal. That way they can kind of get some momentum going. People will know who character number 6 is, and then of course number 7. But 7 obviously would come out, a couple months after character 6, whatever that happens to be. But yeah, I think that would be pretty simple. And keep in mind, Pokemon has the DLC coming out. The Isle of whatever, I don't remember the actual name of it. But why not kind of line up the two? Look, Nintendo's, I don't think they're afraid to go first party for DLC. They did it, and there's a lot of blowback, yes, with the Byleth thing, but let's wait till the character comes out to get an actual opinion on the character first. But anyway, Pokemon, big series for Nintendo. Rillaboom is my pick. Why was that? Well, grass starter, final evolution. If there's any Pokemon that have legit chances, it's going to be the final evolution starters. Potentially a legendary, but I don't really see Zacian or Zamazenta happening. So what about one of the new ones? Maybe Urshifu? Potentially. I still think the starters would have a much more likely, because you got to keep in mind, these picks have already been made. They told us back in September that the DLC was in development. Now that's probably the planning stages. Maybe very, very early work on character number 6. We don't know. But Rillaboom could have a fun little mechanic. You see a signature move, drum beating, and would be able to lower the opponent's speed. Now, I've pictured something along the lines of every time you use some sort of move where he ends up beating on his drum, a little shockwave or something would come out. And if you get hit by that shockwave, maybe the opponent would slow down temporarily, just for a couple seconds. And the only reason I say that is because Sakurai put emphasis on a character having a unique sort of aspect to their character, unique mechanic. So what about that mechanic for Rillaboom? Beating on a drum, or he beats on the ground with his little drumstick thing, just causes a little shockwave. You get hit by it, you're gonna take a lot of damage. Well, maybe not from the shockwave part, but the actual attack would take some big damage, because Rillaboom's pretty powerful. Very in 125 base stat, that's pretty dang powerful. But the shockwave, if you get hit by it, maybe you get slowed down for a couple seconds. Maybe that could be the whole deal for Rillaboom. I don't know, just a quick idea. Character number 7, or number 2 for Fighter Pass 2. But Fighter Pass FP7, that's what we'll call him. I'm going Digimon, I'm going to go Agumon, but it's going to have the digivolution mechanic. And I think that, I do believe that, maybe not every character, but I believe most of them will have some sort of special thing that goes with them, like Sakurai was mentioning. So, Agumon into Greymon, into Metal Greymon, and then, heck, for the Final Smash, could even Warp Digivolve into War Greymon. Why not? Just get all of them involved. That'd be a very fun thing. So a little similar to Pokemon Trainer, how you rotate through Pokemon, but maybe this time for Digivolving from Agumon into Greymon into Metal Greymon, they could do it something along the lines of percentage based. So once you reach a certain percentage, or if you're doing stamina, then stamina goes backward, whatever that might be, but we're just going to take a percentage. So say you get to 50%. Agumon immediately digivolves into Greymon. So there's no waiting or anything, just how there's no waiting for Pokemon Trainer. Agumon will go straight into Greymon. So you're going to have a bigger character, obviously, than Agumon. So again, following the similar path of Pokemon Trainer, you got Squirtle, the little one, Ivysaur, the kind of the middle kind of the middle kind of character, and then the final, maybe once you reach 120%, 100%, whatever that might be, you go into Metal Greymon, and then you get the bigger, strongest character out of all three. So something along the lines of that. Plus, if you're a fan of Pokemon, Digimon, whatever, you grew up in the 90s, yeah, I always say this, but this is something I want to see. We could finally have that deal where Pokemon could finally face off against Digimon in a game. Smash Bros. Gives us that possibility. Bandai still needs a character, and Digimon being one of Bandai's biggest, best-selling franchises of all time, I think they have to be in consideration, especially if each character is going to have their own special mechanic involved. So Digivolving, hey, I think Agumon might have a legit chance here. Alright, FP number 8, I guess? Character number 3 for this. Ryu Hayabusa, yeah, I think a lot of these characters aren't really going, super crazy when it comes to predictions. But, I think there's been too much hype or too much talk about Hayabusa. There's been so many people that are just yeah, we heard potential negotiations for him. We don't know if they fell through or whatever. I don't know. Plus, just the fact alone that Hayabusa is the last remaining All-Star, the last remaining iconic character from the Nintendo Entertainment System days, Sakurai is going to like this character. I mean, he said it himself in the presentation, where all the characters so far in the Fighters Pass have been big, he's been very big fans of, big inspirations and all that sort of stuff. I mean, come on, Ryu Hayabusa back then, he was doing stuff that not a lot of games did. It was his games were really tough, to be honest. But he's got a great name. He's got great history in gaming, and I think that's what Sakurai might be trying to do with additional fighters. But again, you got to remember, Nintendo picked this. Nintendo picked the DLC, and then Sakurai would ultimately determine if he could make a moveset. So if Nintendo happened to approach Sakurai and say, hey, we could get Ryu Hayabusa, can you make him work? Of course, Sakurai is going to say yes. So, hey, a ninja, you got the swords, you got shurikens, you got all sorts of ninja sort of whatever. Plus, he's been in he's been in fighting games, the Dead or Alive series, so he's already got moveset. He's been in fighting. It's simple. There's a lot there. I think Hayabusa is probably a strong contender for Fighter Pass Volume 2. Character number 4 for the Fighter Pass, or FP9. Wow, that sounds weird to say. I don't know, just FP9. But anyway, Sora, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, the whole Disney thing. Look, it's been documented. Disney is willing to let Sora be in Smash Bros. Tetsuya Nomura and Sakura, they're friends. They both have stated that multiple times. They're friends. They're fans of each other's works. And Nomura, I believe, has even been on the record saying that he would like to see Sora in Smash Bros. As well. So, honestly, it's only going to take them, one of the parties, whether it might be Nintendo calling Square, whether it's Square able to call up Nintendo, or Disney just saying, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want. I don't know. All it's going to take is somebody to reach out, and I truly, truly believe this can absolutely work. Maybe this would be a good character to end the Fighter Pass, because if Nintendo's going to take any sort of, if they're going to learn anything from the first Fighter Pass, it's they ended the first one poorly. Because if you remember, before the additional DLC fighters, Fighter Pass 1 was going to be it for DLC, and then we were done. They were going to go out on an extremely sour note with Byleth. The fans did not like that. So potentially, Nintendo might be rearranging how they reveal certain characters and who they might save for last, who might come first. Sora could be a great contender for that last character, that last final, like, this is it for Ultimate, enjoy it. And so, I don't know, Sora's got the moveset though, he's got great history in gaming as well. He's very highly requested, not only in Japan, but America and Europe. All three regions really want this character. So again, it all comes down to, does one of these companies, will they reach out to the other one and say, hey, let's make a deal? Because if they do, Sora might be coming to Smash Bros. Alright, FP10. FP10, wow. FP10, Doomslayer. Now, again, Doomslayer. Look, this was a character that was highly considered. A lot of people are even saying he was pretty much confirmed at one point. No, he was never confirmed. You can talk yourselves into whatever you want. I don't care. Talk yourself into it. But ultimately, when he doesn't happen, don't be upset that he doesn't happen. You let yourself talk yourself into it. And then you switch your vote to oh, Arley's going to happen because of Daisy Theory. Come on, dude. Really? You're making up these own theories, and you're believing in your own theory only to be upset. But enough about random guy on the internet. How about Doomslayer? Why does he make sense? There has been, it's already out there. Nintendo and Bethesda have talked about Smash Bros. Again, we don't know if there was an official offer made. We don't know if that happened, okay? But maybe it did. And keep in mind, back in August of 2019, there was that, QuakeCon, I believe, and somebody was asking some people about Doomslayer. They're asking him about, I believe they're asking him about Mortal Kombat, and if they could end up seeing Doomslayer in there. And for some reason, they just happened to name drop Super Smash Bros. And then the other person at the table kind of like got all weird and shifty-eyed and was like, dude, you're not supposed to mention that. It's kind of like the look that he had on his face. So it was like, all right, keep in mind, back in August, Nintendo roughly had a pretty good idea about who the additional fighters were gonna be. So maybe they did finally come to an agreement, and maybe they were able to get Doomslayer. So maybe that's what that dude was potentially hinting at. Again, a potential hint. Doesn't mean it was an actual hint. Doesn't mean Doomslayer's actually going to come. We don't know, but I'm just saying, maybe. There's at least the building blocks for a potential Doomslayer out there. Again, with the Nintendo and Bethesda talking about Smash Bros. Alright, FP11, final character. Yeah, I had to go. I'm going to be biased on this one. I just want this. I've wanted this since pre-Brawl. I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm actually a fan of the character. So, Waluigi, why would he end the Fighter Pass? Or how about why would he be in the Fighter Pass altogether? Look, he's long requested. Everybody knows this by now. Most people say if you could at least bring up the topic of assist trophies getting promoted in-game and have a civil conversation about it, just say, hey, what if it happens? Majority of the people are going to say, yeah, Waluigi's probably the #1 character that deserves that chance. So, look, it garnered mainstream media attention at E3 in, 2018. We all know this by now. The Washington Post or something, they made an article on this and how Waluigi got left out yet again, and there's just so much buzz. And then one of I believe it's Nintendo of Canada's president made a statement on it saying something along the lines of, hey, you can't make up this kind of buzz for a character. The fans do that for you, and it's our job as a company to capitalize on that. So does Nintendo finally pull the trigger this time and say, yo, Waluigi's gonna happen? How about that for ending the Fighter Pass, potentially? It's a Nintendo character. You know Nintendo wants to get more of the profits. Because look, going after third-party characters is going to cost you some money. Absolutely. But you're going to make money back on the Fighter Pass. But then again, throwing in 1 or 2 first-party characters, I can absolutely see Nintendo doing that. We don't know who is negotiated. Everybody's on the table. Anybody has a chance. And that's the beauty of this. Until Sakurai or Nintendo comes out and says, alright, these kind of characters and this don't happen, I don't care what fan rules you guys want to come up with next. That's the thing. Fan rules get broken all the time. And yet we keep making up more and we think we're on the right track. But hey, I don't know. I'm just saying there's a potential here. Maybe, I'm not expecting Waluigi to be upgraded. I just want this. but why is he part of my predictions? Mainly because I'm very biased towards the character and I want him. But that is going to be it for my little Fighter Pass 2 predictions. Let me know your predictions, all 6 characters. Tell me if you really want to get into it, when do you expect the characters to be released, each individual fighter? Maybe you want to, what kind of stages? Oh, I could have done something like that. Too late. Video's getting kind of long anyway. But yeah, that is it. Those are my 6 fighters. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of my pass, and then tell me your own Fighter Pass in the comments. Anyway, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.